Anybody ever want to own a billboard? Because I do. You know what I mean? Not one of the billboards that you see over the highway overlooking the beautiful Eagle Stadium or nothing like that. I'm talking about billboards in the digital world. I'm talking about billboards in the metaverse. I'm talking about Metaverse Avenue. Yo, you got to check out this NFT project. This is absolutely bananas. One of the greatest ideas I ever saw in my life. So what's going to happen is they're going to have billboards inside the metaverse. And what they're going to be doing is they're going to be selling off spaces to put billboards as non-fungible tokens, NFTs. This is just ridiculous. What you can do with this is you could promote a business venture, you could promote yourself, you could do anything you wanted to do in front of millions, thousands, trillions of people at a time inside the metaverse, all getting this digital traffic, all getting eyes on your projects or whatever you want to advertise for years to come. Or you can even rent the spaces out once the spaces are gone. You can even sell the spaces for quadruple, 5 times whatever the price that you bought it for. You know what I'm saying? I own a couple of them, and I encourage everybody to check out this project. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Yo, before we get into the meat and potatoes, you know the vibes. I gotta let you know. Big Manscape in the building, Lawnmower 3.0s, Lawnmower 4.0s, all the good stuff you need. Tap in, use code Brunson, save 20% off, get the free shipping, and the free shipping I for that for y'all. So yo, let's talk about it, man. Brady retired and then quickly unretired, the whole situation that happened today. Yeah, man, so it was reports, man. A lot of major publications were saying shout out to the GOAT, you know, Brady, you know what I mean, for being around so long and accomplishing some of the things you accomplished, you know, just all time. I think Brady got 2 separate Hall of Fame careers, man. That's how dominant he's been for a very long time. So, yeah, man, shout out to Brady, man. You know what I mean? That's what everybody was saying, and, you know, you got to rock with that. Then, you know, he come back, his pops come out say, no, that ain't what happened. Unretired, he ain't really getting no word, so everybody had to chill. But in the hours that it took for Brady and his camp to, you know, recant the statement, or not recant the statement, or clear the air, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people start coming out with their theories. Dallas Cowboys fans running around here in my inbox, in my DM, talk about y'all always saying that y'all one of the only ones that beat Brady, y'all and the Giants, but I bet you we'd beat Patrick Mahomes first before y'all doing the Super Bowl. Bruh, y'all don't even get the Super Bowls, bro. Already you got these dudes panicking. Oh, Brady gone. Rodgers might go to the Bucks and they pick up right where they left off. Everything was about to shift. Everything shifted and everything looked almost bad and almost bleak for the Bucks. It shifted. It got quiet for a second for the Bucks. You know what I mean? It got quiet for a second. For teams like the Eagles, it didn't get quiet because we are built for however way it got to go. Brady and all them running around here right now. We got 3 first-round picks. We know we got to get better to compete. So we trending in the right direction. But some of these other teams, it would have just got dark for. Aaron Rodgers is shuffling. It could have got dark for Green Bay. Listen, if Aaron Rodgers leaves, it's dark for Green Bay. If Russell Wilson leaves, it's dark for Seattle. If Tom Brady would have left, it would have probably 9 times out of 10 been dark for the Bucks too. You know what I mean? Look at how many teams it's dark for that don't got quarterbacks. We're in a fortunate situation. And then now, being as though we're in this fortunate situation, why would we go after a guy like Rodgers or Wilson or Brady with all our picks who up there in age and they could bounce at any given moment? Why would we do that? Look at the situation that one of those great guys bouncing for retirement leaves in flux. You know what I mean? That's just something to point out, man. That's why, you know, I wasn't really too, you know, up on it. The Philadelphia Eagles, man, they lose a guy in the front office, man. Ian Cunningham, man. He's leaving. He's taking a job with the Chicago Bears, the Philadelphia Eagles director. He's going to Chicago to be the Philadelphia Eagles director of player personnel as assistant general manager. That's crazy, man. As an assistant general manager, he was, you know, involved in a lot of the drafting process. When you think about, you know, the draft and all of these things that people accomplish during the draft, and there's always one guy that gets flack for the draft. That's the GM, because I guess he's ultimately the one pulling the trigger. But we don't know if this dude Ian Cunningham was having good suggestions. Like they said, a lot of people was going with, you know, I hate to say his name, Justin Jefferson. but Howie was the one that made the last minute switch. You know what I mean? It's just it's crazy if that's the case, man. And this is some of his role. This is some of his role that he had with the Philadelphia Eagles. In his role here, Cunningham oversaw the college scouting department while also doing crossover work on the pro scouting side in collaboration with co-director of player personnel Brandon Brown. Before his promotion, Cunningham served as the Eagles assistant director of player and personnel for 2 seasons, 2019 and 2020. He began his Philadelphia tenure as the director of college scouting. So this is a guy who actually risen up in the ranks with us. He's risen up in the ranks with us, and he seems to have been pretty hands-on with a lot of these scouts and a lot of these guys that's coming out. So he was a guy that was getting first look. You know what I mean? How does this affect us moving forward with this monumental draft coming up that we losing the key component who we're used to, who we trust? Now, he was a part of that great draft last year. This proves it. He was a part of this great draft last year, man. You hear how great they talking about him? How will this affect us if we lose a guy of this stature in a draft of this magnitude? You know what I'm saying? This is how we get more control than he already had. Is this how we gonna be reckless because he doesn't have the guidance of the guys that he's under, bringing him suggestions and helping the boat sail as well? You know what I mean? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen, man? Losing a guy like Ian Cunningham, man, it makes me nervous. It makes me a little nervous because 50 Cent got a staff. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? Lil Wayne got a staff. All you know is Lil Wayne, 50 Cent. But when they get up there and get an award, the humble ones, when they get up there, they got a whole bunch of people to thank, bro. Ian Cunningham could have been one of those guys, man, that was making the best moves. You never know how important this dude was. So, yeah, man, this is it's not as concerning. It's a little concerning, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? We got to still pray for the best. You know what I mean? Some moves been made in the NFC East, man. The Giants, they definitely found a coach. Brian DeBall, man, I think dude is a good coach. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think he'll be way better than Joe Judge. Like when Doug left, this is one of the guys I wanted. I wanted DeBall. I wanted Salou. You know what I mean? But it turns out that Nick Sirianni was the best guy out of all of the hires last year. And I'd never even heard of him. I didn't even know he was getting interviews. Like, it's crazy how that works, man. It's crazy how networks are formed that we don't really know much about. Because you hear a lot about Brian DeBall because he's greatly, revered for really helping Josh Allen's game get to the next level. He's the offensive coordinator over there for the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bills have been one of the best teams in the NFL the last 2 years. You know what I mean? So a guy like this who was getting head coaching opportunities last year, but he said, no, you're going to try to go back and run it back. You know what I mean? He was very close to getting to the Super Bowl. Very close to getting to the Super Bowl. Because if the Bills beat the Chiefs, there's no way in the world that I think the Bengals would have beat the Bills. No way in the world. And I slept on the Bengals last week, but that's Tannehill. You know what I mean? This is Allen. You know what I mean? And I low-key root for the Bills, man, because I kind of feel their pain. Almost getting this close so many times, losing in the Super Bowl, all of that. I feel their pain. I sympathize with that. But listen, I ain't ready for nobody to get a ring. Nobody new. I still need people like the Bills to talk to when I say how many rings y'all got. But yeah, man, that's all that's been going on right now, man. In the NFC East, for the most part, that I really even care to report on. But I will say this about the Giants as well. The Giants staff is really giving Daniel Jones, some high praises. Like, listen, man, he was poorly coached. How can you evaluate him with that? And I totally agree with that, man. I agree with that, man. Get him some competence around him. But this is what I fear for guys like DeBall walking into a situation where everybody is turning a blind eye to how Daniel Jones can be. This is how I fear for guys like this, because if Daniel Jones go up there and stink it up, it's gonna do nothing but make the ball look bad. You know what I mean? It's gonna make him look bad. No matter, we know who Daniel Jones is. You know what I mean? But that's another story for another day, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Make sure y'all tap in. You know the vibes. Lord Brunson out. Let me know what you're thinking of likes in the comments.